is a show that focuses on the person behind the Brony. I'm your host, OsakaJack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest, Brony. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Into the Spotlight. This is your host, OsakaJack. With me today, I have someone that you may have heard about, but I'm unsure whether or not you've interacted directly with. Mr. Kadreal. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Not too bad at all. Now, as the time this is interviewing, I will be on an airplane headed to you, basically.
Yes, I hope we'll meet up.
You know, it is possible that as this is airing, we are meeting up. Ooh,
Maybe.
wow. Time is like totally cool, man. Ah. But if anybody does not know you or is not familiar with your name, can you describe who you are?
Well, I'm pretty much just your average brony. Enjoy watching the show, seeing all the episodes. Um, Went to Everfree Northwest. It was my second brony convention. I attended the charity auction there,
Mm-hmm.
at which point a gentleman by the name of Travis showed an amazing act of generosity that sparked some generosity in myself when he decided to give away his personalized Comic-Con Derpy toy at
Mm-hmm.
the charity auction there that he had had signed by almost everybody that attended the convention.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had actually I was kind of eavesdropping on him earlier in the day before when he was getting it signed. He was talking
Right.
about how much he liked it and how he was going to get everybody to sign it. He would
Mm-hmm.
hang on to it and how much it meant to him. And
Right.
so it was really touching for me
Yeah.
to hear him say that.
Mm.
So
I think also an interesting point about that is that um, that what was that the one that Tabitha derped her signature on?
yes, supposedly
Yeah.
she messed up her signature. So as the saying goes, she derped the derpy.
Yeah.
So anyways, I decided to purchase and give it back to the gentleman.
Hmm. Though I think you're selling it a bit short. It was not just a purchase. That was a intense bid to attempt to get that stall.
Yeah,
And
I did spend a little bit more than I planned on spending that evening.
yes, that that got a bit higher than I think anybody had intended for it to do. Uh, I do remember watching that though. That was definitely just a very touching moment. The bid getting higher, getting higher, getting higher. Do you remember, or are you willing to say how much did it get to exactly?
I believe it went for either 660 or 665. It's
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
that's a lot. But yes, anybody that hasn't seen, please do check YouTube for the video of this. Bid gets to 660. Mr. Kadreal here comes up, claims his prize, and immediately hands it right back to Travis. That was a very touching act, my friend. That was just truly beautiful on your part.
I just felt like I was doing what needed to be done. I knew how much it meant to him, and I couldn't see it taken away from him.
I will say, though, his costume was not the type that responds well to manly tears.
The rock star costume. Come on now, he could have been another member in Kiss or something.
Yeah, I think it was Sweetie Belle's
Indeed, he
showstopper
was.
costume.
It was the Sweetie Belle Showstopper costume, which is funny. I was also behind him when he was getting. He actually got it signed by all three of the voice actresses for the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Oh, wow.
So they signed the costume and his shoes and everything.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's impressive. And I have heard, I'm sorry I don't have specific visual image of it, but I've heard that after you gave it back to you, the Everfree Northwest staff presented you with something a little bit later.
yeah. They presented me with a poster. Actually, it's right here on my wall next to me. It's a picture of me and Travis with the Derpy, and they actually got it signed by all of the show guests at the that were present at the convention, except for Nicole Oliver because she had left the day before.
Hmm. Right, right.
That, but that's all right because I have her signature on my BronyCon January 2012 poster. So
Oh, okay.
signatures are like Pokemon. You got to catch them all, right?
I like this. A wild signature appeared. It used soften. It's super effective.
Yes.
That is great. So what swag were you able to get from the con? You didn't get the derpy that you paid for, but you got an amazing signed by everybody except Cole.
Yes. I a few other posters signed by random people.
That's good.
Some other people were inspired by my generosity, and one of them gave me a little rarity necklace here. A gentleman from
Oh,
France gave this to me, and
oh wow.
apparently he got it from a convention there that they had in France.
Mm.
It's quite a unique piece. And
Wow.
also, I someone else gifted me a. Anyways, another person gave me a, little box painting of rarity, so there was definitely a rarity theme going on there.
Sure.
I'm not. I have no idea why. I really don't.
Gosh, generosity. Why in the world would a rarity theme come up?
So, but it was it was a very nice experience, and I would really recommend that for anybody out there that's not sure about going to conventions.
Mm-hmm.
If the opportunity arises, you should, at least give it a chance.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You mentioned that Everfree had been your second pony convention. Which one was your first? Was it the BronyCon?
Yeah, I went to BronyCon January 2012,
Okay.
and that's where I managed to get my Ashley Ball signature, as
Woo!
well as Nicole Oliver.
I see.
So
All right. And had you been to other conventions before that? Obviously not pony, since we just said those are the first two, but...
I had actually been to BlizzCon twice before
Okay.
that, but other than that, no major conventions.
Okay, okay. Hmm. I will need to ask for some tips, since Everfree will be my first convention ever.
Um, so typically the registration line to get your badge and stuff is going to be really backed up, which is
Hmm.
unfortunate. So coming up with some sort of strategy for either getting it early or being willing to show up, not right when they open
Hmm.
is the best way to do it. If you're willing to, wait in line for those 3 hours so you can get it, right as the convention opens, that's great. But that's not really for me. So
Right.
I would rather wait until, sort of pass up on the Friday that the conventions usually start at to get
I
my
see.
badge a little later.
I see. Okay. I am in the hotel itself, so perhaps I'll just skip breakfast on Friday and just sit down right there.
If you need to get the most out of the convention, then definitely do that. A lot of people have said this before, though, and that's that going to a convention isn't so much about seeing like all the panels and stuff as
Hmm.
meeting people you know in the community and getting to know them.
Right, right.
Because there's a lot of stress getting into those panels with the long lines and everything, and you can't run to every single one of them. So
True, true.
you need to expect to not be able to see a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. Though it is hoped you'd be able to see some, or get to some.
Yeah, it's definitely worth, finding one or two that you'd want to see each day that, you can make.
Hmm.
It's worth
And
seeing them.
honestly, if somebody is listening to this and going to Everfree Northwest, my panel is Saturday evening. It's a good game. There'll be lots of prizes. I'm bringing a bunch of stuff from Japan to give away. Still unsure yet as whether or not I'll have any Japanese exclusive My Little Pony goods. If they come out before I leave, then I'll bring them. If not, then sorry, no.
All the best stuff's made in Japan, so it's probably worth attending.
I don't know if all the stuff is. I don't know if all the best stuff is made here. I mean, Taobao is based in China, so don't go there. Go to the actual site. Give money to the people who made this, please. Are there any other tips that you'd have for a first-time con goer?
Um,
I've heard something like 621, but I'm unsure as to the meaning behind that
the
ratio.
six, I was actually just thinking of that right before you said that. The 621, what that means is 6 hours of sleep or more. I try to get more. 2 meals a day at least, and
Hmm.
one shower. The most important part is that last one, right? You got
Right.
to make sure you get your shower a day.
Sure.
I know everybody's excited. You want to stay up late partying with your friends,
Hmm.
but nobody's going to want to be your friend if you're not taking that shower.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, okay. I'm coming from Japan has a very, very humid summer. So usually every summer I will go out and buy a new pack of 5 face towels. And those will be my Monday through Friday towels just to get to work. So I understand fully the importance of showering at least once a day. That is, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know. How humid does Seattle get?
It'll probably be pretty close to what you experience in Japan,
Okay,
because we're not that far from the ocean, I don't believe.
right. In summertime, though, Japan's wind stops.
Hmm.
So any humidity that's in the air stays there until mid to late September.
Well, it does. I know it rains a fair bit in Seattle,
Okay.
so
Really? Seattle raining? No.
well, the humidity's going to be up there.
Yes,
So
that's true. Okay. So if you're going, please do 621. I'm going to try to. Though I think probably with me it'll be 832 probably.
I would recommend that. Yes.
You've gone to both Everfree Northwest and BronyCon. Are you located close to either one, or was it just kind of a midway trip for you?
I'm right in the middle of the United States. I'm actually out of Colorado.
Ah, okay. All right, all right. Okay, I got you.
Has its upsides in that it's not overly far to any convention.
True.
I guess that's relative, though.
Yeah.
But the downside is we're never going to see a convention right near us. There's just not enough people here.
I see.
So, got
Though
to go out of state for them.
I don't know if there ever were a skiing BronyCon. I think you'd get quite a few people willing to attend that.
I'm not sure how that would work.
No, neither do I. Just a panel as we're going down the mountain. So, when you got involved with mountain, how did you get involved with bronies? Well, I think it'd be interesting to watch. I'm not sure how many people would be able to attend, but I think it'd be worth watching.
Yeah, if we could get Everfree Northwest to stream it. Or Everfree Radio, pardon me. Everfree Network, they changed their name, did they not?
Yes, yeah. Between the last one and now, it's Everfree Network at this point. Because we're networking. Still no word on when we're going to get an EFN exclusive social media site, but that's a pipe dream. I do know that you've interacted, at the very least, on Twitter with some of the show staff at this point.
Yeah, some of them are accessible through, talking to them on Twitter. You can meet a lot of interesting people on Twitter.
Hmm.
I mean, Tara Strong's always on there trolling. Uh, Tabitha St. Germain just got on recently, and she's always putting up poetry or pictures of flowers.
Isn't that beautiful? It's like watching a haiku being made, looking at those post dream poems that she puts up. I love
yeah,
them.
they're. I think they might be a bit beyond me though. I'm always scratching my head after reading them.
I know, me
So
too. It's I enjoy them very much, but I don't understand a lot of them. To me it is like watching somebody speaking as they're coming out of a dream. It doesn't make quite a lot of sense to me, but it's still a really beautiful thing to watch.
yeah.
Well, are there any other aspects that you've been involved? I mean, have you gone to any of the meetups? Or are there any meetups
Um,
in your area?
there are meetups in my area, but I haven't really attended them
Okay.
very much. Uh,
Is that
honestly,
a personal choice or just kind of a time issue?
well, I do keep pretty busy, and I do tend to keep to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an overly social person, but I make time to go out to these conventions to try and meet some of
Sure.
the more famous people in the community, I guess.
Well, I mean, Fluttershy has taught us there's nothing wrong with being introverted, and anybody who tells you differently is wrong. Nothing at all wrong with wishing to keep to yourself as a general rule.
It can be helpful sometimes to be, outgoing and meet people, but,
Very true.
you know,
Yeah, flip side, there's nothing wrong with being an extrovert. It is how some people are. I I took offense to it at some point. I am naturally introverted. I try to be outgoing when I'm at cons or, doing the show, but I am more naturally introverted. I did have a person say that they didn't wish to interact with me because I was too antisocial.
ouch.
No. Wrong term. Wrong term. I'm not antisocial. I'm introverted. There's a big difference there.
Hmm.
It's not that I hate interacting with people. It's just I tend to prefer to interact with myself.
I like to phrase it as it takes me a while to warm up.
Another good one. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You've mentioned the posters. Have you been collecting any of the items, such as blind bags or brushables?
You know what? I'm not actually much for merchandising.
Okay.
I have four plastic ponies on my desk,
Okay.
but none of which I actually bought myself.
Ah,
They've
okay.
all been gifts. I actually won this. I've got a custom Shadowbolt Rainbow Dash that I won
Ooh.
in a competition with the Traveling Pony Museum back when they had a
Okay.
raffle for it. So
Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, wow.
it
That's.
sounds like they still have the Wonderbolt version, which somebody was supposed to win.
Mhm.
So
Huh.
I guess it's sort of a pair.
Ah, perhaps you'll win that one, and then they'll be together again.
Well, somebody else won it, and they were just keeping it in the museum because the person who won it never claimed it. So they were
Oh.
still. Last I heard, they were still waiting to hear back from the person who had won it. So
Oh dear. What a time to forget to check your mail.
yeah.
Oh. Who are the other three? I have to know. We have Shadowbolt, Rainbow
Uh,
Dash. I've got to know who the others are.
so I have a sparkly Pinkie Pie blind bag
Oh, that's
that,
so cute.
that my roommate gave to me. It's like the same style as that you'll sometimes see Andrea Livman posting Twitter pics.
Hmm. I have to
And
know. Okay, I'm sorry. I love collecting the blind bag ones, but I love giving them away as soon as I get them. Sparkly Pinkie Pie. There is one translucent Sparkly Pinkie Pie and one more opaque Sparkly
she,
Pinkie Pie. Which one do you have?
she's the translucent one,
Okay,
translucent pink.
I believe that comes from Series 1, one of the hidden blind bags. Okay.
I don't actually know.
I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting.
And then I have a McDonald's Cheerilee. I think it's the second release they
Oh,
did.
okay, right, right. Yeah, nothing like that
So
yet.
and the other one is a McDonald's Lily Blossom, which nobody. I mean, she's not even in the show as far as I know.
Lily Blossom, is that the one lilac colored with a pale green hair?
Uh, it's more of a yellow, but
Oh.
she is definitely lilac colored.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. I apologize. Yeah, I'm not sure that I've specifically seen that one in the show, but it is one of the licensed names, so I take their word for it that it's in the show somewhere.
I've never seen her.
True, neither have I, but honestly, I've never looked. I've never specifically looked for that. That is a downside when you get the blind bags, is that you'll get a few that you recognize, and then this is who are you? Oh, okay. I don't know that name. I don't recognize you, but you're still cute.
Well, you can always look at the codes on the back and figure out who's in it without opening it. That's what a lot of people do, it sounds like.
I don't do that. I can't do well. I can't do that honestly because blind bags aren't available here. The only way I can get blind bags is if I order the entire box. And if I do that, then I get one of each. I just don't know which ones are which until I open them. So I know I've got one of each type. I just don't know which ones they are yet. But
I wonder if the Japanese toys will include some sort of blind bag offerings.
they do like stuff like that. They do like mystery types. I think if they ever give them away free on Pepsi or Coke or something like that, then it will be the blind bag style. But
Hmm.
I think if it's actually at Toys R Us or something, it'll be the type you can see and is very obvious. That tends to be how it works here. Not always, but it tends to be. Well, this year, you mentioned that you are going to Everfree Northwest. Any other cons that you're going to be able to attend?
Will not be at any other cons this
Oh,
year.
my. A single con, then. All right, so I have to ask, what out of the BronyCon and Everfree Northwest, what made you decide that you were going to go to only Everfree Northwest this year?
Just because I made some good friends. When I went to BronyCon in January, I kind of got a little bit sick, so I didn't have a
Oh,
chance to mingle with anybody.
oh, that's a shame.
Uh, but yeah, I just had more fun at Everfree Northwest. It seemed like it was very well organized
Mhm.
and managed, especially for first time convention.
Right.
I enjoyed it, so I planned on coming back.
And I mean, I have heard that one of the major issues that they had has been resolved in that there is no hill.
Yes, the hill. Honestly, I didn't. I enjoyed the hill. It was a good bit of exercise. But
Oh,
yes,
okay.
if you wanted to go from a panel in one building to the other, and they were scheduled right after the other,
Mm.
good luck with that.
I've heard people complain about it, and I've seen a few videos and stuff. But honestly, how long did it take to brisk walk from one to the other?
Brisk walk, mm, anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes,
Okay.
depending on who you were and whether you were going uphill or downhill.
Yes, that is a definite factor. I used to live in Kobe, which is like on the side of the mountains there. From my apartment to the train station was 3 to 5 minutes, but from the train station to my apartment was a good half hour.
Hmm.
It was just that steep of a hill. I could rush there on my bicycle going 30 kilometers an hour, but going back, yeah, too steep to even pedal. Had to push the bike the whole time.
Well, I don't think the hill was quite that steep here.
Yeah, I get the idea that it's not quite that bad, but I understand how a steep hill can affect how somebody's walking. I get that. Well, a question that I ask in all of my interviews, in all of My Little Pony, what would you say is the one line or one scene that defines you as a brony?
Defines me,
Yeah.
or is the favorite scene?
Oh, either. Taster's choice. You can go with either, you can go with both.
Well, I will say that probably my favorite scene is part of the Family Appreciation Day in
Okay.
season two, when Granny Smith is recounting for the classroom how Ponyville was founded. That was really impressive because
Okay.
the entire episode up to that point had treated her as if she's some kind of klutz,
Right.
some kooky old lady, I
Yeah.
believe the phrase was passed around.
Yeah.
And it turns out that, even old people have their history and their contribution to
Sure.
society that may surprise you,
Sure. Sure.
right? So that really meant a lot to me.
Yeah. And my goodness, the Timberwolves. Holy cow, was that well done.
Yeah, it was interesting to see them come back in season three, even if they were uh, done in 3D as opposed to actual your typical
I
Flash animation.
I was not as impressed with their second appearance just because I understand that it was necessary and it was a style choice and that's fine. I just did not like the Timberwolves the second appearance as much because they suddenly had a black border around them, and they're the only character in Pony to have that.
Yes, that's they were probably using a typical cell shading
Yeah,
technique.
yeah. Still, I like I like the design of the Timberwolves. I think it's a interesting idea.
They are actually made out of timber. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty punny, and I've
Hmm.
been known for my puns on occasion.
Yeah.
So
Always appreciate a good pun. Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, so the Family Appreciation Day flashback.
Yes,
What if I if what if I pressed you for one that defines you?
that
A,
defines me.
yeah, a line or scene.
Hmm. I've never really even thought of this, and there's just so much material to work with, and with
Hmm.
it would take me some serious time to narrow something down. I'm not really sure how I fit in to the show because, I feel like I have aspects that a lot of all the different characters,
Sure.
represent, but none of them to any extreme. So I don't feel like I can relate to any specific character enough to draw off any of their scenes in
I see.
particular. Um,
It doesn't have to be a genuine thesis. It can just be your initial knee-jerk reaction.
Honestly, I'm kind of drawing a blank.
That also works.
I've just never seen how I personally relate to the show. It's just something I enjoy watching.
Mm-hmm. How well, on that, just something you enjoy watching. How did you usually watch the shows when they were aired live? Was it live stream or did you wait for the actual episodes?
So initially, I obviously I wasn't here from the very start, so I watched the first few episodes in like a YouTube style chat room
Okay,
called Philly. Some people may know of it.
right.
Um, and then once I had seen all the episodes, I actually went ahead and bought them on iTunes, and I would wait for them to come out on iTunes. I didn't want to watch them on like a low quality stream.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, and I wanted to make sure I actually supported the show.
True, true. Yes. Yeah, it is only recently that I have been able to actually do that. Um, until the DVDs were available, I was unable to give them money to watch it. And I'm very fortunate that Amazon.jp has a good deal with Amazon.com in that most American DVDs are available here.
That's good.
Yes, so I'm able to get season 1 and season 2 DVD, which I have right over there. Perhaps you can choose whether or not you want to take it, but you could use one of the lines from Winter Wrap Up for you.
Yeah, are you thinking of one in particular?
How do I fit in without magic? I haven't got a clue.
I see what you did there. Um, yes, I don't see how I fit in.
Or even, at the end, now that I know what they'll do, I have to find my place. I don't know if you'll take that as your canon, but from what you said, I mean, that's the line that popped up immediately in my head.
I guess you know the show a little bit better than I do at this time. I mean,
No,
I certainly remember Winter Wrap Up, but yeah, just trying to draw on any particular phrase just
well,
doesn't do
to
much
be
for me.
honest, Winter Wrap Up is going to air tomorrow in Tokyo and in 5 days in Osaka, so I have been kind of brushing up on that.
Ah,
So it is fresh in my mind, and
hopefully it'll be the smash hit it was when it was released here, right?
I do hope so. So far, Pinky's songs have been absolutely wonderful. The voice actress who has done Pinky has just knocked it out of the park with Pinky's songs. This will be the actual full cast song. We'll see how the other actresses do with the music. I am looking forward to it. I don't know if
Oh,
you or anybody else has ever heard any of the other multinational or international winter wrap-up songs. Um, I think the French version is just beautiful. I really do.
I think I've seen a few clips,
Hmm.
but I haven't actually seen that many. I usually just get caught up in rewatching the old English episodes
Oh
over and
yes,
over again. So,
which is also legitimate. But no, I recommend if anybody has the chance, check out the French winter wrap-up. I think it's done really well. Spanish is pretty good. And I don't know, for me, those two stand out as the really, really good versions, and a bunch of the others, okay. Yeah. I think a lot of languages versions, they don't try to hire somebody who has good singing. They go for somebody who can do the voice, and if they can sing, that's great. So there are a few where Rarity sings, and you're kind of, ah, ouch, oh please stop. But I am,
yeah, I mean, for the English, obviously they have a separate singer for Rarity.
yes, yeah.
So,
Though I would
and
be interested to hear
sometimes you need to do
Tabitha
that.
try.
You might have to twist your arm for that one.
Yeah, I realize it's not going to happen, but I would still like to hear her try.
She seems like she's a bit of a stubborn one.
Yep. And of
Well,
course, I'd like to hear Tara sing some of her own lines, but I realize that's not possible because of location.
she actually can sing
Oh
pretty
yeah,
well. I mean, I think she released her own single or something on iTunes recently. I
yes,
haven't had a
yes.
chance to pick it up.
She also
But
sang a song. It may actually be the same one, but a song for the Brony doc.
oh,
Mhm,
was
mhm.
that done by her? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Take my hand. That's her song.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I know Tara can sing. It's just because of the recording schedule, she can't arrive get to Vancouver with all the actors, other actors and actresses, and sing with them. So
yeah.
they do have another one, but.
I mean, Tabitha's going to be there at the convention.
Hmm.
You could always ask her. I mean, what's the worst you could do? Say no?
Oh, I could ask, but yeah, it's highly doubtful that's going to come to fruition.
Make it to one of her panels. I don't know, bribe her with something. I have no idea what.
Mm.
She must have a weakness. You must find it.
Well, actually, I can probably mention this since this will be aired as it's going. I do know she has a strong affinity for cats, which I agree with myself. And Japan has some of the best cat food in the world, so I am bringing some to her. Um, it has some of the oddest as well. I'm actually bringing 4 packs of minestrone for cats.
Ah, yes. I remember you talking about the fancy cat food before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and cat soup, minestrone for cats, bouillabaisse for cats. I don't know what they put in it, but cats love it. My cat goes nuts for it. She will lick the plate clean, and I have seen one of my friends post a video of their cat licking the plate clean and then turning the plate over with their nose to make sure they didn't miss any of it.
Wow.
It is well liked among cats here. Japan has the right idea for pet food. I don't know if I'll like hold that over Tabitha's head, but I might gift it to her and then ask. I think that
Yeah.
might work. Is there? Well, what are you looking forward to most at Everfree Northwest?
Meeting up with old friends that I met last time is really what I'm
Hmm.
going there for. You know, I've met most of the show talent and got the autographs from them that I need to get from them.
Right.
So I'm probably not going to be meeting up with them again.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna catch maybe a panel or two, go to the auction because after what happened last year, how could I not be there, right?
Everyone's
I
just gonna wait and see if you bid on something, and then like stop bidding. He's got it. Stop it. He's got it. He takes this. Everyone else, shh, be quiet.
well,
Which would miss the point. Everybody keep bidding up.
I want to be clear. I'm not going there because I'm trying to do the same thing I did last year.
Of course.
I just want to. It's more of a memorable thing.
Yes.
That was really a spur of the moment sort of thing.
Hmm.
It's definitely not going to be happening all the time,
Mm.
and I surely hope no one's going to be there trying to get me to do that for them. Right? So,
No, it was a one-time
but
thing. I doubt it'll be happening in that fashion again. Yeah.
yeah.
Though honestly, mm, I'm wondering if somebody would be willing to pay at the auction to have a photo opportunity with you.
Oh, I hope not. I'm not very photogenic.
That'd be fun. Just pay a little bit, get a photo, and say, "This is the dude. He did it last year, and I got a picture with him. Look." I think you might be able to get a few takers. I really do.
Oh, I don't know
I
about
won't
that.
push you for that. I won't push you. I understand. I think some people might. Is there any so you mentioned that you're not very large into the collectibles and you have your posters that have already been signed. Is there a product that you haven't seen yet but you can imagine you would just pounce on if you happened to see it in the artist alley?
Um,
Or not
but
necessarily artist alley, just a product MLP related that you would really like.
I could use a lunchbox.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And I haven't really seen anybody making, lunch boxes. I mean, I'm sure that they're out there. I just haven't really looked.
Hmm. Well, I can almost guarantee you that once it comes to Japan, I'll be able to find bentos boxes, but probably not the same thing.
Yeah, not quite what I was looking for. I was looking for the good old, back in the 1980s when they had like superheroes and stuff
Yeah.
on that. I kind of want that for MLP, but not, super pink and stock vectory. I've seen those. They've got the
Yeah.
really super girly ones, but maybe something like with Daring Do on it or something
Oh
like that.
yeah. I could
It's
see that.
more being a badass, gender neutral sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can understand that.
Or, Princess Luna's always a big hit, drawn in a very stylistic way,
True.
a more traditional fantasy alicorn style or something like that. Those are always big winners.
Yeah.
So I would love to see those at the Artist Alley.
Now, when you mention lunchbox, would you go for the plastic type, or are you thinking like a metal, old style?
I prefer the metal.
Mm.
They just feel like they're a little bit more durable.
I would agree. I for my 30th birthday, my sister sent me a metal Muppets lunchbox, and I was very appreciative.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. It's like, this is awesome. Oh, what a great present. I mean, anybody else with a 30th birthday, you got a lunchbox? Yes. And it's a cool one. It's Muppets. So I was pleased about that. I want to mention just real fast though, um, you at this point don't have an OC.
I do not.
Hmm. Is that a personal choice or just something you don't feel like doing it?
Um, so while I enjoyed the show and I enjoy the sort of community around the show and the
Hmm.
show staff and their
Hmm.
interactions with people, I've never actually seen myself as a pony. And
Okay.
I've never really wanted to see myself as a pony. I
Okay.
just see myself as a fan
Hmm.
who
Hmm.
likes the show, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I have no artistic talent whatsoever.
Well, I don't know. Some of the OCs that I've seen out there, that doesn't seem to be a precluding factor. But I understand your point. Okay, so it's not just a haven't gotten around to do it, it's something you don't see yourself doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case.
Okay, I can follow that. That makes a lot of sense. Well, we've mentioned that you're going to be attending Everfree Northwest and probably attending the charity auction.
This is correct.
Is there any other project that you'd like to plug? Um, we did mention before speaking, by the time this has interviewed, it will already have been finished. But we do sincerely hope that people have donated to Andrea Libman's charity ride.
Yes, I really. I know we've donated so much to her already, but I know it would be a real disappointment to her if her teammates could not join her on the ride, and I
Yeah.
really don't want to see her have to, go on that ride alone. Of course, by the time this airs, it'll be long past, so
Hmm.
hopefully she takes first place with all of her teammates, even though it's not a race.
Hmm. Of course.
So, but on the subject of charity, I know a lot of people will look towards me because of for that purpose in terms of what happened at Everfree Northwest with the generosity thing.
Sure.
I think it's really important to point out that I know that there's a lot of bronies out there that definitely don't have the money to give, and there's I've been in that scenario as well. But what can be even more important and more valuable
Mm.
than giving money
Hmm.
is to spread the word.
Yes.
If there's people out there that are looking to donate, but they don't know of any good purpose to donate towards,
Hmm.
that money's all it's never going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can actually do a lot of good just by spreading word of these charities without necessarily having to donate to them.
Yeah.
So that's just something to keep in mind for all those people out there that can't donate.
Yes, very true. If you're, yeah, spread the word. If not Andrea's, then there are many other charities out there that have wonderful backings, and I would recommend not just give to any charity. Do your research.
Yes.
Which, can be something in itself. Do research on a charity and then spread the word. Hey, I've checked these people out and they're just fine. Please give to them. Yeah, spread the word. I think right now, as of the recording of this interview, Andrea has achieved almost $18,000 for the ride, which is just wow.
Is that her? I think that might be her team total, not her
Is that
total.
well? It says Ms. Andrea Libman achieved $17,915.56. Who donated 56 cents?
Oh, you are actually correct. Pardon me. She's nearly 18,000. I have no
I
idea what I
remember.
was thinking.
I remember back when she started this, she had set the goal at like $2,000, and that's not enough. You've got to raise this.
Yeah, I suggested that to her as
Hmm.
well.
Yep.
So,
I think she was surprised when she got 5,000. And I said, no, more. You set it high enough, and it'll be matched.
yeah,
And I'm very glad that it is as high as it is. But yes, I do hope that her teammates are also able to get up there.
indeed.
I think it's inspiring though I'm kind of disappointed a little bit that she's not one of the top 10 fundraisers.
There's some very stiff competition there.
Yes, there
So,
are. As of recording this, she's number 16.
yeah. Wow.
That is still a lot. Okay, so if nobody has seen you, they can look for you at Everfree Northwest. As per your instructions, check out some charities and spread the word on.
Yep.
Absolutely. And they can follow you if they wish to on Twitter.
Indeed.
Are there other social sites that you partake of? Tumblr or YouTube?
Technically, I have a Tumblr, but I never post anything on it. I mainly just have it so I can post on other people's sites.
I
So,
understand. I understand. Okay. Well, everybody, today we have been speaking with Kadreal. Thank you so much for coming by today. And
no, thank you.
hopefully, by the time this airs, we will have met. Woohoo!
Yeah, hopefully, I look forward to meeting you.
Yes. Everyone, this has been Into the Spotlight with OsakaJack on Everfree Network. We'll catch you next time.